Hammer Smash, 103.7 FM, CFBU. This is Hammer Smash, Joey.
And right next to him, it's Metal Mike. How's it going today, Joe?
It's going pretty good, Metal Mike. It's all right. This morning, I could not say the same, though, because it was the aftermath of St. Patty's Day.
The annual day of snake getting rid of... driving the snakes out of places, which is a metaphor. The thing a lot of people don't know is that, like, I don't know the official... the officialness of it, but he wasn't driving literal snakes out of Ireland. They were like druid priest.
Yeah, you know, what you would call a person a snake or a rat.
Yeah.
So, yeah, just like that. And he's getting rid of the Catholic priests. And then they eventually changed all the meanings behind that and took away the pagan meaning behind all that stuff. But
chased all the snakes out.
Chased all the snakes out. Oh, boy. But anyway, what St. Patty's Day is to us, the real day, is... enjoying some adult beverages, some refreshments, and having fun. And I did that. That's my favorite, corned beef sandwiches. I love corned beef, man. It's the best. Well. Have it every year on St. Patty's Day. And then I start drinking.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. That's the way it goes.
See, I was smart. Because I was DD last night.
Oh, yeah.
So what I did is I had quite a few refreshments with the pops, around noon.
Oh, so you started early.
Yes. So,
I see.
I drank during the day, ate, sobered up, and then, was the Mr. Chauffeur.
Okay, now it's smart.
Yeah.
But the day you really should be drinking, and that's, I think, even more important than St. Patty's Day, was the day before that, which was 3/16 Day.
Oh, yeah.
Stone Cold Steve Austin Day. I'll tell you what, I was fired up. I'd say even more on Friday than I was on St. Patty's Day. Stone Cold. Just watch Stunners all day, watch his promos, watch him just raise hell, and it fires you up. I swear, man.
Slam a couple Steve Weisers together.
Yeah, man, I was fired up. I was watching The Rock and Stone Cold, WrestleMania 15 and 17, and just a bunch of his promos that day, and fired me up.
It's all the classics.
Yeah, it was a good day. Good. So good weekend of refreshments and adult beverages. It was good. It was all right. We don't spend, we weren't with each other physically. But the night we usually just text each other, be like, "Yo, this song's on." I'm listening to this. I'm watching this movie, man.
Watching this movie, and which we got to talk about in a little bit.
Yeah, that's right. That's one of the bits we got to get into.
Yes.
One of the movies that I saw, the newest Jeepers Creepers movie. That we'll get into that later. Yeah. But I give a movie review on that. We haven't done that in a while. A horror movie review. So we will get into that. As well as, speaking of horror movies, something that we definitely got to touch on is the passing of Frank Killjoy Pucci from Necrophagia, who passed away this morning at age 48, who was a big influential death metal musician for me, for sure. Black metal vocalist as well, and huge impact in the horror and metal community, so very saddened about his passing.
Do they know the cause of death yet?
No, they don't. They haven't released it. 48 years old. They don't know. They
Wow.
just haven't. They haven't. The band hasn't released anything yet. But it happened this morning, so everyone's all shook, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, but it's sad, man. Frank was in everything. He was in so many bands, collaborated with so many people. Him and Phil, Papa Phil, were good buddies. So they were really into black metal, both of them. Phil was in Pantera, and he wanted to have that other outlet. So before Scour was even a thing, he was getting together with Frank and doing black metal and having some albums together. And eventually they realized they couldn't have a band because Pantera, too much conflicting.
It was just conflicting.
Yeah, but they were good buddies, as he was buddies with a bunch of people in the scene. So it's very sad. Kind of sucks. It's a real bummer. He was a lot of good music, too. He recently just came out with an album with his black metal band, Haxon, which we'll get on later on in the show. But I said we start out with something that he's most famous for, and that was his band Necrophagia, the horror, blood-soaked, death metal-themed band, who basically, if you listen to this band, Necrophagia, you're basically like going in a time machine to the 80s of horror. Yeah, it's just basically audible horror. It's great. It's great stuff. I think the last time we played Necrophagia on this show was our Halloween show, I believe. I believe so.
This year.
Yeah. Yeah, so we'll get some Necrophagia in your ears right now. And Metal Mike, this song right here, this album that I'm going to be playing, Phil Anselmo is on guitar.
On guitar?
Yeah, he's on the guitar on this album.
Whoa.
Holocausto de la Morte by Necrophagia. The song is Blood Freak on Hammer Smash 103.7 FM. Rest in peace, Frank Killjoy Pucci. Some Necrophagia on Hammer Smash 103.7 FM CFBU, paying tribute to Frank Killjoy Pucci, who passed away today, sadly at the age of 48. So we are paying tribute to Frank, playing some of his music, starting off the show with some Necrophagia, playing some tribute as well on that album to some Italian horror. A lot of reference to Italian horror on that album with Lucio Fulci in the artwork. Another fun fact, Phil Anselmo plays guitar on that album.
Yeah, who'd have thought?
I know, it's great. Yeah. Him and Phil were good buddies. They've made some good music together, which we'll talk a little bit more about later when we play some more of Frank's music. But speaking of some more music we got to play, Metal Mike.
Oh, boy.
Here's a tune that you showed me, what was it, last week? Yeah, it was last week.
Yeah, probably about last week, yeah.
Yep, and you shared it on the Facebook page, which we'll share again tonight after we play this song. We'll share it actually as we're airing this song. And it kicks ass, Metal Mike.
Yeah, it was just one of those things, you know how you just browse the internet, you're looking for music, and it's scrolling through the old Facebooks, and it came up, the name Dumblegore.
Yeah, just what a name, first of all.
What a name.
That's awesome. That's wicked.
And we're both, here at Hammer Smash Radio, we're both suckers for just awesome names.
Oh, hell yeah.
Awesome band names like that. So I clicked it, and I watched the music video. The music video is brutal.
It's a horror movie.
Yeah.
In itself. Yeah. It looks like they made it, or whatever they did with it, and it's pretty cool looking. And the music, well, here, you know what? Let me say something quickly about the music, Metal Mike. You know, you and I have a little problem with funeral doom. I think you know, it's not like we have like a vision in mind of what we think funeral doom should sound like, and some bands don't sound like that at all.
Yeah, and we have a hard time finding the sound that we're looking for.
Exactly
in funeral doom.
And there's some songs on this Dumblegore album that's like exactly what I think funeral doom should sound like. It's got that, you know, I remember you said to me one time, Solitude by Candlemass is like a funeral doom.
I think that's like the epitome of how that genre, I think, in my brain.
Yeah, no, me too. I totally think that. And this Dumblegore album, because I listened to it last week, it's totally got some of those songs on there. So yeah, give that a listen. These guys are from Brazil. And you can check out their stuff on Bandcamp. That's the only stuff they have right now available because they just came out with this, I think. Came out. Yeah. I think it was actually, you know what? On Halloween. That's when it came out. It says that on their Bandcamp. Because that's the only way they have this music. But let's listen to some stuff by Dumblegore right now, after we've been hyping them up for a while. Coming off their album, Misanthropic Ritual. This is My Zombie Girlfriend. Check it out on Hammer Smash 103.7.
Dumblegore, that was My Zombie Girlfriend. You got to check out that band. The rest of the record is absolutely fantastic.
And it will be up on our Facebook page. That song, the music video, will be up on the Facebook page during the show. But hang on, because coming up next after the break, you're going to hear a brand new song by the band Skinless. Hang on. Some New York brutal death metal by the band Skinless on Hammer Smash 103.7 FM. That was their brand new single, Savagery, which looks to be the name of their newest album that's coming out May 11th. And expect to hear 37 minutes of brutal death metal. Really excited. That song was absolutely just a big ton of lead on your chest and face, just crushing it all in one motion. It was great.
Yeah, and we're going to keep that going, actually, because now we're going to switch over. We're going to play a few Canadian bangers.
Yeah, Metal Mike brought some heavy Canadian stuff.
And we're going to start out with a ripper, a band I discovered called Spirit of Rebellion. They're coming out of Quebec. The song's called A Shot in the Dark. And we're going to...
Not Ozzy's version with Jake E. Lee.
It's not Ozzy.
I thought it was. I thought it was a cover at first.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be interesting.
It would, wouldn't it? But let's hear this heavy one by Spirit of Rebellion.
So this one's actually just going to rip up your speakers, tear them all to shreds, and you're going to have to go buy new speakers to continue listening to the show.
Nice.
So,
nice.
I don't know where else.
That was good.
So here it is. Spirit of Rebellion, A Shot in the Dark, Hammer Smash 103.7 FM.
Some infernal majesty for your ear holes on Hammer Smash 103.7 FM. That was a request for the song Unholier Than Thou. You can give us a request of anything you want to hear at any time. Give us a call at 905-346-2645. We just heard some Canadian bands. That band that we just heard, the Infernal Majesty, from BC, Canada. And right before that, again from BC, totally different sound. Some doom metal for you. Wiser Fool with their song Ode to the Morning Star.
Oh, yeah, and we're going to keep the metal rolling here. And we're not going to stop until your eardrums pop.
Yes.
Here's a song. It's called Strong as Iron. on Hammer Smash 103.7 FM. Hey, turn it up. You're listening to Hammer Smash Radio 103.7 FM, CFBU. Hammer Smash 103.7 CFBU. It's Metal Mike. Before that quick break, you heard a couple bands. That last one that you just heard was New Rotting Christ. The song is called The Call. It was a banger.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. Thanks for bringing that one in, Metal Mike.
I knew you wanted to hear that one, too, so.
Yeah, I have been waiting a while to hear that one, so thanks. That was good.
And right before that, a band called New World Depression with the song Strong as Iron, and that was a good one, too, so go check out that band as well. But now, real quickly, before we hear this next song, just think, okay, so the song is called Necromania, and it's a great song, but I'm about to ruin it for you. Because every time he says Necromania, just think of the word Hulkamania and WrestleMania.
That's what I was thinking. I was thinking WrestleMania. The first thing is Necromania. Well, think about it. Mania is a giant gathering. That's what I think of, right? A bunch of people together for Hulkamania, a bunch of people together for, WrestleMania. And Necro is dead, so a bunch of dead Hulkamaniacs in the seats of WrestleMania.
So basically, every time you hear him say Necromania, think of the mighty Hulkster, brother. Hulkamania is running wild on Hammer Smash 103.7 FM.
Hey, Hammer Smash Joey over here for Hammer Smashed.
Oh, okay.
Oh, hey. Oh, yeah. That's how it is.
Okay, I guess I'll leave.
Well, I got to finish. The Hammer Smash for Hammer Smash and Metal Mike for Metal Mike.
I'll just do my damn thing.
That's Metal Mike's other show, by the way.
What is it? What's my other show?
It's your other show. It's called Metal Mike Radio, and it's just a bunch of thug beats and it's you freestyling the whole show.
I cheat. All they do is put on Dope Smoker for an hour, and then they walk away.
Yeah. You cheat. Yeah. One night you'll throw on Bell Witch. One night you'll throw on Dope Smoker.
Whoever runs a radio show and just plays Dope Smoker is cheating.
Yeah, that's cheating. It's a great song, though. I was listening.
It's a good song.
I listened to Dope Smoker this weekend. I listen to Dope Smoker a lot. I really do. Like, at least, like, not the whole song, but at least, yeah, I'm definitely listening to parts of it.
Actually, speaking
all
of
the
that,
time.
What's funny about that? Talking about that, you know, my dad. My dad's a big classic rock guy. Well,
yeah, he is.
Well, during that time that we were day drinking,
Oh, yeah?
I managed to sneak on Dope Smoker.
Oh, did you?
I took over his radio, popped in the phone, put on Dope Smoker in the background.
Oh, it's so good. It is. Yeah, good stuff.
And he liked it. He was having a good time.
Yeah, but if you play it for a whole radio show, it's cheating.
Yeah.
You gotta be like us. We got a bunch of different songs that we got for you each week. It's tough for 2 hours. We're here for 2 hours. And once a week, we try to bring the best songs that we possibly can. So during the week, what Metal Mike and I do, when we're chilling at home, doing whatever, listening to our metal or hanging out. Existing in life, yeah. We look up some tunes or just like the songs that we're really feeling. We put on the playlist for the Sunday show. We make sure to try to give you the best and always the best type of bands, songs, like anything. So I did that a lot this week, Metal Mike. Found a lot of good bands, a lot of good Canadian bands. But there was one band in particular. I've been waiting all week. All week. Like seething with energy and just impatience ready to pour out of me with this song.
And you gave me the song title.
I did. I gave you the song title. I didn't give you the band name.
No.
I gave you the album, but I didn't give you the band name.
Well, the album's name is Lackluster anyways.
Yeah.
No, that's not like its actual name. But the name
compared to the band.
Yes.
It's in my hand right here, Metal Mike.
He literally has it written.
I had to write it down. Write it down. And fold it up. All the words. That's
all the words. Oh boy.
Oh, buddy, you don't even know yet.
I don't know. Do I have to write this in a computer?
So let me go down the story though. You and I, we follow a lot of these metal band pages on Facebook and stuff like that. And one of the metal pages on Facebook. All those things, meme pages too, and whatever.
400 of them.
Oh yeah. So I got one of the band or Facebook pages shared this video of the band saying their name. And they said it like really fast. And I'm like, whoa, what? So I had to go look them up because they were tagged in this video. And I looked them up and I'm like, whoa. Listen to their music. And I was impressed because, with a band name that has crazy, crazy long names or just, wacky stuff in their name, you think they're kind of like jokey. And this band's actually pretty good. So we're going to play them for you. But before I do,
God. I just saw my peripheral.
Before I do,
the amount.
I'm going to say the band name. All right, Metal Mike. Coming up next, we're going to hear a song called Bonesaw.
Which is awesome.
Which is a great name. Yep. Off the album Gore. And we're going to hear it by the band Acidic Vaginal Liquid Explosion, generated by mass amounts of filthy fecal decay, fisting, and sadistic septic syphilic sodomy inside the infected maggot-infested womb of a molested nun dying under the roof of a burning church while a priest watches and ejaculates in immense perversion pleasure over his first fresh fetus.
That's the band name.
That's the band name.
Wow.
Isn't that... I couldn't even say it with a straight face.
How are we going to tag that on the band page today?
Well, I can't say it on air because it's just too many letters.
Right.
But
is there an abbreviation?
There is. That's it.
Oh, my God.
It's like XAVLEGBMAA off. Like, I don't even know. I can't even... It's just a bunch of crazy letters. And if you're listening to this, you might be familiar with this band name. You might have heard of them just because of how wacky they are with this band name. I'll say it again later, but not now. I took all the energy out of me. But let's hear Bonesaw by that crazy long band name on Hammer Smash 103.7 FM. You just heard the song Bonesaw by Acidic Vaginal Liquid Explosion, generated by mass amounts of filthy fecal decay, fisting, and sadistic septic syphilic sodomy inside the infected maggot-infested worm of molested nun under a dying roof of a burning church while a priest watches and ejaculates in immense perversion pleasure over his first fresh fetus.
Wow. Holy hell.
Yeah, that's the band name.
That's a band name.
Yeah, that is a band name in a half.
I wonder, if they're at a production meeting trying to come up with a name, you know what I mean? They're all sitting around with boards of directors.
Yeah. Yeah, I know,
sir,
right?
You can't. I don't know how we can market that.
I don't know how we can put this on CDs. How are we supposed to market these guys? I don't know what to do.
Make bigger CD cases to fit the letters on.
Well, the price of these CDs are way too damn high. We need to make them bigger to fit the band name on.
They need bigger CDs themselves too, just to fit.
The CDs will be the size of a vinyl.
Yeah.
But their symbol, it's have a look at that, Metal Mike.
Oh,
just a bunch of scribbles.
There's
no
letters there. Bro.
No, it's like if you took a pen and held it in your fist and just started rubbing it against the table
while the desk
going
was shaking,
really fast. Yeah.
Tectonic plates are shattering.
Yeah.
That's what it looks like.
Yeah, it does. It's crazy, but great song, by the way. I liked it.
Yeah,
Good
I enjoyed
riffs.
the hell out
It
of
was
that.
brutal. It was heavy. The vocals were insane. And, a lot of those bands that are crazy, they don't take themselves too seriously. The music's pretty jokey. The content of this band doesn't seem that very serious, but they take the music serious, I'd say, which I like. It sounds good. Sounds good in my ear holes. I like it, Metal Mike. I'm not going to say the band name again because that's going to take up the rest of the show, but It's called Bonesaw. And you'll see the band name when we tag it later on in the show. But we got more of the show to go on, so let's keep it rolling because we just bled into our second hour. Oh yeah. We got to get some music in your ears. Let's keep going. Let's go to Edmonton, Metal Mike. Get some tunes from Edmonton. We got some black metal band, a one-man black metal band, and it's called Northammer. Very melodic, very epic stuff coming out of Edmonton. So let's check out Northammer with the latest album, Stormcaller, and the song's called Northammer on Hammer Smash 103.7 FM. Some Altered Dead on Hammer Smash 103.7 FM, CFBU. Those guys coming out of Victoria, BC. A lot of BC today. A lot of BC bands.
A lot of metal over there, man.
There is, man. You know what? Speaking of BC, one of the bands that we played earlier in the show, it was Wiserfool. Really great doom band. That was the band I told you to sound like Candlemass.
Yeah, I really like them.
And when I heard them, I was like, whoa, this is great. Blown away. And then I, go find out where they're from. And I look, and I'm like, oh, God, of course they're from BC. Yeah. A doom band that's that good? Of course they're from BC.
And that's the Death Wheelers that I've been listening to recently. I played them on the show, and I had no freaking clue that they were Canadian. Yeah, they're also from Vancouver.
That was last week, eh? Yeah, we put them on last week. And they're from Vancouver, too?
Yeah. So.
Yeah, man, a lot of good doom coming out of BC. Well, we got our pals and Bloated Pig
Yeah.
Well, not BC, but still out west, I guess. Calgary, still out there. Just I guess we'll just say out west. Out west is a lot of good doom bands.
A lot of country over there. As
Yeah.
in like land, as in like the country.
Yeah. I would say that there's there's something in the water over there, but I think there's something more in the air. If you know what I mean. Smoky air.
Aren't they really close to Colorado?
Well, yeah, and BC Bud. It's all like they got. I don't know if it's legal over there. Is it? Is it legal over there?
I have no idea.
I really don't know.
Yeah, I couldn't.
You would think that it. Well, it's legal everywhere. It's Canada. In July it is, I believe.
Allegedly.
Yeah. Well, we got the Ontario Cannabis Store coming in to Niagara Falls. Did you see the symbol of that?
I seen a symbol of that.
It's like the symbol's a circle and then
It's so bad.
and then abbreviation of the what is it again?
Like that's something that like when we were in first year in college that we'd have to like our photography or not photography, our Photoshop teacher would get us to like replicate that because it's so simple. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, but no, it's a bad symbol. But you might get some Ontario cannabis stores here in St. Catharines or in Niagara Falls, and then hey, maybe we can have some good doom too, like BC.
Well, we're working on it.
Yeah,
And speaking of good doom,
Yeah, hey,
legitimately
good
this
segue.
Friday.
That's
This Friday
This
at
Friday.
the Geekery, March 23rd, you could see some good doom because we got a hell of a show. It's called the Big Dirty Snakes Show. We got Lousy Rider. We got Slumber Dust. We got Big Durty and Snake River Redemption.
It's a dirty set list.
How could you not want to go to that?
Yeah, that's a good sell. A lot of good doom going on. You know what? I think I've said this to you before. This is a beer drinking show.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a adult beverage refreshments show.
Refreshment. Stay refreshed.
Yeah, stay refreshed at this show for sure.
And it's only $5. That's a good thing about these shows
$5.
coming up. They're $5, and that's at the Geekery. And then, coming up a little bit later.
Well, also, wait, while you're on this, want to mention to our Toronto friends, they can also check out this show as well.
Yes. Oh, yeah, because they're doing back-to-back dates. So 23rd will be at the Geekery in Niagara Falls, and then the 24th will be at Duffy's Tavern in Toronto.
Yeah, so Friday, Saturday.
Yes.
You got some hell of a doom to go to in Niagara Falls and Toronto. So that'll be a good one. But another one, too, you got to mark this one down on your calendar. It's a big one. Excited for this one. April 13th. Friday the 13th. It's coming in April. It's the next Friday the 13th. So the Geekery is putting on another show for that, and you definitely want to check out Bloodless Child. Not Electric Wizard, but Electric Dead.
You said Electric Wizard earlier.
I did. Electric Dead.
Electric Dead's great as well. So
Yeah, they are great. We've played them on the show. We've talked about them. They're a great band. Definitely want to, whenever they're around, you definitely want to go check those guys out as well. And another band who's coming, who I've been hearing a lot about, haven't seen them yet. I'm excited to see them at this April 13th show. Is Deciphering the Pale.
yes.
These guys sent us some new music. Really stoked to hear it. We're going to be playing for you guys later on. So look forward to that. And as well on that, opening up that show is St. Catharines' own Synergy of the Fallen. So look forward to that show on April 13th. And then the following month after that, mark this down on your calendar because these guys are coming all the way from Quebec. And I want all your asses seeing these guys because they're great. Vantablack Warship. You definitely want to see them all the way from Quebec. You got to go check these guys out. A lot of people from out of town at that show as well. Death Perception from Hamilton.
They got hot sauce, don't they not?
They do. They have hot sauce.
That's such
You're
a
right.
cool idea.
I love that. I think that's awesome. So May the 4th, May the 4th be with you that day. You can get yourself some Death Perception hot sauce as well as see the band, see Vantablack Warship. Again, Bloodless Child is at that show. So if you miss them on the 13th, you can check them on May 4th. And then Woofout. We just gave you like 3 stellar shows right there.
Dude, that show is going to be a crazy heavy show.
It will be.
It's going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah, for sure. That's going to be great. But, hopefully we see you there. We'll be out at all those shows. So come by, see Metal Mike and myself, Hammer Smash, Joey. Say hi. If you want to hear a request, let us know. And we will do that because we'll be at these shows. But the one you got to see for sure this Friday is the Big Dirty Snake Show.
Yes.
Is that what you said?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the most recent one. We'll be talking about it on the Facebook page, so stay tuned to that this week, as well as the podcast, Metal Mike.
All right, jumping back to April 13th. Coming up just after this quick little intermission, we're going to play Deciphering the Pale, a song that I liked very much. It's called Dream Crusher. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, Hammer Smash Joey over here.
And it's Metal Mike, and you just heard the band Ex Limitier with the song Occulters of the Silent Way.
Yeah, man, you showed me this one today.
Yes.
Before we even started the show, and you're just like, "What do you think of this? Like, what do you call this?"
I didn't really know what to make of it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I didn't even really settle down with something. I just said it's very like odd timing, mind melting type of death metal.
Yeah.
Where like it's not like progressive, crazy, like technical and progressive like think band like Cryptopsy, but it was like very how do I explain this? Almost Meshuggah-y mixed with death metal. A lot of just, you know what I mean? Really mind altering riffs.
Yeah, I didn't know where to
I couldn't
necessarily categorize that.
Like I gotta,
But I like it.
yeah. Oh, for sure. It's definitely something you got to sit down and listen to. Like I had a better listen to it when you sent it to me earlier, and I was sitting at home listening to it, and yeah, it's one of those songs you got to listen to like 3 or 4 times to really grasp it, which I like. I'm into that stuff.
Absolutely. You know what else? Okay. You told me over the weekend that you watched something. Now I want to know if you were into it or if you were not into it.
Oh, okay. Well, I attempted to watch the new Jeepers Creepers movie on Friday, but then I
We are
fell
both
asleep.
Horror movie buffs here at the station.
Huge horror movie buffs. And Jeepers Creepers is one of my favorite movies of
Oh,
all.
it's
Like one of my
fantastic.
favorite, the first one.
Yeah.
Actually scared me as a kid.
Same.
Legit scared me.
I was actually-
Yeah. Like I think everyone was scared of him. Like that whole Undertaker look that he had, just standing in the forest, like
freaked
in,
me out
in by the house.
as a kid when it comes down and just slaughters the cops. Because in like my young fragile mind, right, I was
Oh,
like,
yeah.
you know, that's the line of defense. Oh, they killed the police. Now what? You know, now this thing could like hurt me. You know.
Oh yeah, exactly. And then even when he's like in the jail and you see his creepy body, it just it takes it to a whole nother level of creepy. It's good movie. And even number 2, I liked number 2. I thought it got even gorier in number 2, and like he rips that guy's head off,
Oh, yeah.
and then he eats it, and then it comes out of his chest onto his neck. It's amazing. It's crazy. It's scary stuff. So I had a lot of expectations for Jeepers Creepers 3.
And we've been anticipating it for a while since we worked at the haunted house.
Yes, we have been. We have been really anticipating this movie. So I don't know what sparked me to realize that it was ready or it was out, and then I just was like, oh God, I gotta watch this. Threw it on, and fell asleep on Friday. So I tried again on Saturday. But I mean, Metal Mike, that tells you a lot that I fell asleep.
You felt too safe.
Maybe,
weren't
maybe
scared
yeah,
enough.
maybe that I would. Maybe it was just shit.
Yeah.
Because it was. Oh, man. All right, I'm going to cut to the chase. Jeepers Creepers 3 was awful. God damn, what a horrible waste of time. I had so much expectations for this movie. I'm not even going to beat around the bush. It was garbage.
What made it so bad though?
It was PG-14, first of all. So there you go right off the bat. No gore. There was one gory scene when his truck was booby-trapped and some guy's looking at it and you hear a sound and you're like, oh, what was that? And then it pans up his body and you see like a rod went through his head. That was like the only gory scene. Other than that, it was just like blood splatter, the creeper ready to, chop someone, cut to another scene.
No.
Stuff like that where like I was disappointed when the gore and the scary stuff was about to happen. So there's number 1 I didn't like. Number 2, the creeper was outside, daylight, for the majority of the movie. Like there was some cut scenes when you're like really up on close on his face, and I'm like, oh, that's pretty creepy. But it's during the daylight, so it's not even that scary. Like there was certain scenes that I'm like that when they zoomed in on his face, I was like, this would be way scarier if it was in the darkness or if it would like at nighttime or something outside with a creepy light on him.
Did you find that the longer you looked at the movie monster, the less freaky it was?
Oh, 100%.
Because I have this thing. I watched. I'll use the movie Mama for example. I watched the movie Mama a couple years back, and I actually found it to be kind of an eerie, freaky movie until about halfway through the movie. They did a shot and they kept the camera on the demon, the mama creature, for like a good minute and a half, and I really had the chance to like look at this thing and really decide that it's not even scary. Like I'm looking at it.
Well, you see, that could work 2 ways, because I like long shots on creepy things because it makes you feel uncomfortable. Like a good example is The Shining, when Jack is looking at that pretty girl, and then he looks again, and then she's this creepy old lady hag in this witch thing. You know what I'm talking about? And the camera's on her for like a very uncomfortable amount of time. It's like, oh, get this thing out of my face.
But my point is like,
But that's a different type of
If you're going to
scary.
hold that camera there, you really, really have to make sure that thing that you're going to be staring at is actually freaky.
Yeah, that it's freaky and that the shot is freaky.
And I'm staring at it, right? It's like a minute goes by, and now it's like, okay, well, I can just tell this is CGI now.
Yeah, that too. That's another thing too. If you're going to keep it on, the monster for a long time, make sure it's practical effects.
Absolutely.
For sure. Like I said, like the Shining reference. It's this creepy, all these really weird effects where it looks like her skin's coming off, and it makes you uncomfortable. So again, back to Jeepers Creepers. They had it on his face for like a really long time, which really made me look. And the practical effects looked cool, but it just looked. I was looking at it not a scary way. I was looking at it like, oh, that looks really good. It's pretty good. Not like, oh, that's creepy. And what would have made that creepier is if it was then, not during the daylight. So that ruined it totally. Also, more things, little things. The cinematography was bad. Very bad CGI. Really stupid cuts. Like really dumb cuts. You know what I mean? Like a really intense moment would go on, and then they'd cut drastically to the happy scene, something like that. So it's just stupid stuff all around. The story was dumb. If there's one thing I can give away without ruining the movie at all, it's not Jeepers Creepers 3. It bridges the gap between 1 and 2.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So I always thought that from going from 1 to 2, it was 23 years difference, but I guess that all took place during the first time he was there in the 23 years. So you know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel.
So I thought that was the only cool thing, that they added that in the story. That was the only thing that I actually kind of liked, because they kind of like made it look. They made it interesting. That's all at the beginning, so I'm not ruining anything. But anyway, who cares if I ruin it? It sucks. Don't watch it. I watched it so you don't have to.
Another thing that I want to talk about real quick. Now that we're on the topic of horror movies that suck. I watched that Veronica movie. And that,
oh yeah, you did.
And
the scariest movie in 2018 that people had to shut off their televisions
a quick,
for.
simple Google search led me to believe that everyone was turning this movie off because it was so scary. So I said, okay, let's go. And I watched it. I didn't watch any trailers for it. I didn't get myself, kind of established what it was. I just put it on, and I'm watching it. And it's a paranormal movie, which I'm already questionable about, because the ghost and paranormal things just don't scare me anymore. You know what I mean? So I'm watching it. And just about this girl, Veronica, the classic story, you play with a Ouija board, now a demon follows you. And it was basically that. And typical paranormal events take place, and you kind of just predict it. And then you really, another going back to seeing the monster for too damn long. They show the monster like halfway through the movie, and now you're really getting a good look at it.
They say the monster was the scariest part, though. People were couldn't look at the monster. Yeah, you didn't think you looked at it and you're all right?
I'm looking at it, and you know what I felt? The monster literally just feels like it came out of a Tool music video.
Now that's scary, but to us that's not scary because we're used to it. But that's scary, man.
In a music video setting, yeah, maybe. But in the movie, it was just so, I don't know, it just stood out, but not in a very good way.
So you're saying they shut it off because it was bad?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that, bro. It wasn't a good movie.
Damn.
It wasn't scary.
But is it worth it? I'm going to tell you right now, Jeepers Creepers, it's not worth it.
I say, okay, I take back saying it's not a good movie. It's an okay movie. But it's 1,000% not scary.
But is it worth it to watch? Was it worth your time to go up on the old Netflix and
considering
hit play?
What else is really on Netflix at the moment? Yeah, you got nothing else to do. It's one of those, if you got nothing else to do, you don't feel like watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine for the 400th time.
Yeah, I know, right? That's true. Okay, well, I'll keep that in mind when I got nothing to watch. But there's our little bit of horror movie reviews of some bad movies.
Just watch Rock and Roll Nightmare.
Yeah, watch Rock and Roll Nightmare. And actually, I watched another movie last night, a horror movie called Night of the Demons.
Oh, yeah.
That was a pretty good horror movie. There was some cool shots in that. So a good 80s classic horror movie. Check out. And then what Metal Mike said, Rock and Roll Nightmare by the one and only Thor. The mighty Canadian Thor, that is.
Absolutely.
Yeah, there you go. Check out those horror movies.
So that's kind of a little impromptu bunch of horror movie talk, recommendations, and stuff to avoid. And we're going to have some metal for you coming up right after this little doohickey that we're going to play for you here. Don't go anywhere.
All right, hang on.
Hey, turn it up. You're listening to Hammer Smash Radio 103.7 FM, CFBU. It's Metal Mike here with you, and we're coming off that pretty large talk bit about just horror movies, dead people, dead things.
Oh, yeah. Dead things, gore, and all things horror. Also, you know what? It is kind of a horror show because, we're playing tribute to Frank Killjoy Pucci, who died earlier today, who was very big into the horror and metal scene.
Absolutely. So, we're going to keep you all spooked out, and we're going to give you a visit from the dead. Here's King Diamond on Hammer Smash 103.7 FM. That was the song Disturb that was the band Disturb the Dead, the song Final Destination. Before that, we went back to the 80s with the band Assault, Canadian band, and the song was called Survival in the Street. King Diamond was before that, A Visit from the Dead.
Or were they actually from the 80s, or they just sound like they
Assault?
Are? Yeah.
No, yeah, they're from the 80s.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Nice. I like that stuff.
We won't be able
throwing
to take
some
that
throwbacks of Canadian history, some metal.
A heritage moment.
Ah, nice. Another segment on Hammer Smash 103.7 FM. Hey, Metal Mike. So I've been waiting all week to tell you about this.
Another thing you've been waiting all week for.
Well, another movie thing. Watched another movie this weekend called The New Kid. Or The New Guy, something like that.
New Guy.
It's about this guy who's a nerd, and then he ends up going to jail for a weekend, and then some guy teaches him how to be all tough, and he comes back to the school, all tough, and everyone thinks he's this completely new kid. And he's just
right.
acting out and acting all tough. And his parents, they ain't having it. They're getting sick of him acting out and, being this tough little kid, so they have an intervention with him. They're sitting down with him, and they're saying, you're acting this and that and doing this, all these bad things. And he's like, well, no, not at all. This is like the happiest I've been my whole life. I finally get to take control of my life, because he's this badass, right? So he's all happy. And then as the mom stands up and just goes, aha, see, denial isn't the only river in Egypt.
What?
Get it? Denial.
I get it.
It isn't just the river in Egypt. So well crafted.
Wow.
That's good, eh?
All right, I like that.
Yeah. So let's hear some Nile on Hammer Smash 103.7 FM CFBU. Hammer Smash 103.7 FM CFBU. We just heard some Nile. And just so you know, denial isn't just a river in Egypt.
Now you know.
Now you know that.
Is that movie worth watching? Should I watch that?
Yeah, it is. You know what it's like? It reminded me of Get Hard, and Kevin Hart, But this guy's actually a badass. The guy that makes the new character.
Is it just like Karate Kid? Is that what this movie is?
No, it's more. It's like it's a '90s classic high school comedy movie. A lot of '90s music in there and
it's a comedy.
'90s actors. Yeah, it's an act. Yeah, comedy. It's good. It's definitely worth watching over Jeepers Creepers 3. Ugh, that movie sucked so bad.
You know what else sucks?
What else?
It's that time of the night.
Yeah, that does suck, man. That really does suck because we're out of here. You ain't gonna hear any more metal, and you gotta wait a whole week.
Yeah.
No, actually, no, you don't. You can go listen to metal all you want.
You can go back to our Facebook page because in probably about 10 minutes we're going to post a set list. So if you missed any songs or there's anything that caught your attention, you can go back, see all the songs that we played, maybe follow the bands, maybe buy their merch.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And encourage you to check out all the bands, too, on their Bandcamp. And, support these guys as best as you can. Most of the stuff, too, is off Bandcamp. And one of the bands I bought today, Dumblegore. Right before we got in there. I'm like, I want to get these guys on the show. So I bought their album.
So you can find us at Hammer Smash 103.7 FM on the Facebooks, and you can find our YouTube where we post our podcast, which is basically everything we talk about today. Take all that copyrighted stuff out and listen to us shoot the shit for 2 hours.
Everything but the music. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's good if you're just hanging out, you just want to throw something on, or you're just lying down, you want to watch something and listen to something. You can look at it because Metal Mike puts in some, he puts the words to pictures. So you're not just staring at one picture the whole entire time. And
sometimes I put 2 pictures.
Sometimes he puts 2. Yeah. Sometimes he puts pictures of Juris. Oh, man. It'll be a good one, though. A lot of cool stuff went on in the show and good songs, too. So definitely, you're just joining. Check out that set list that we post on the Facebook page. And check out all the bands. Because we just looking at them now, Metal Mike. Some good tunes.
We had a really heavy show today.
We did. Especially that one band I brought in.
Oh my! Oh yeah.
Can I say it again?
Yes.
Okay.
This will be one last time. We'll say it. This is a real band name.
This is a real band. If you're just joining us right now, I played a song on the show by a band called Acidic Vaginal Liquid Explosion Generated by Mass Amounts of Filthy Fecal Fisting and Sadistic Septic Syphilic Sodomy inside the infected maggot-infested womb of a molested nun dying under the roof of a burning church while a priest watches and ejaculates an immense perversive pleasure over his first fresh fetus.
Beautiful. And on that note, hit us with it, Joe.
As always, may the metal be with you.
And also with you.
I'm Hammer Smash Joey.
Metal Mike.
And we will see you next week. We're going to leave you with one last song by a band called Haxon. Frank Pucci Killjoy was in this band. This was one of his last things that he's done. And we're going to hear it on Hammer Smash, 103.7 FM CFBU. This is Disciples of the Silent. See you next week.